What in the hell allowed Erica Mena to have a show on what's that show on Zeus? Now remember, Erica Mena said some anti-black stuff. She called Spice a blue monkey. She sure did. This was back in 2023, right? Okay. She called her a blue monkey on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, right? And then when they protest, they finally fired her. So Zeus let her be on there. Now Zeus is run by a white woman and a brother. I forgot his name. The brother, his dad had it for a Christian network, but now it's used for satanic mess. Now let me elaborate that too, because I'm gonna talk about Zeus Network and satanic allegations. Okay, you know, ever since uh, R. Kelly Goon put witchcraft on my door in CUNY homes, and I ended up homeless. Then I ended up homeless, and somebody allegedly they've been stalking me. They've been doing witchcraft. I've been on this train to learn about what's this satanic mess going on the esoterical stuff. And one thing I know, me and Lovely T, even though she and I do not get along on YouTube, but I do love her content. We both Leos and we esoterical. We see things on spiritual situations. Okay, like she did the Astro World. When she did Astro World commentary, I did the commentary on my podcast because I was banned on YouTube doing 2021. But I knew it was a satanic situation. Like I said, ever since R. Kelly Goon came to CUNY Homes on Leah's 40th birthday, and Anita Alvarez, a Cook County DA, former Cook County DA before Ken Fox, I've been, and they put semen on my porch. Anytime someone put semen, pure blood, or vaginal blood, or men's semen, it can come on your porch or your doorstep. There is a spell to get rid of you, and people end up homeless. Okay, so and I can relate to our Blaxican Creole sister. She cooney and be anti-black on her own damn self. What's her name? Danger. Okay, you remember she was on Monica Leon. She was on she was on For Love of Ray J. And she been called out Ray J. She called out Ray J and Young Buck being bisexual. Everybody talking about him defending Diddy. Everybody shot the bit. Y'all don't follow. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't follow this stuff like I do. I've been here, and then on my podcast, I did talk about how Ray J sound jealous. Not, I don't want to mention my stalker, but I know before I met had connection with his ass. But I did my research on Chris Stokes before this situation, and I remember Fruity Booty or Booty Fruity by Ray J. And the way he singing that song, they do each other in the booty. Niggas act fruity. Underwear on their head. Now, I laughed that part, talking about underwear on their head. Back in the day, immature had underwear back in 1993, on the United Negro College Fund. I remember my paternal grandfather said, what in the world? They got underwear on their head, and you be United Negro College Fund. Yeah, Christos had Blaziken, what's his name? Marcus Houston, Marcus Paul Mexican, and the other two dudes were underwear on. Yeah, they had underwear on their head. So that's why Ray J said that song Booty Fruity or Fruity Booty. Underwear on their head, underwear on their head. Yeah, them niggas were under their head. Yeah, no, now we see allegedly that Chris Stokes is a pedophile like Diddy and his friend R. Kelly. It makes sense. So what somebody would let their child wear underwear on their head? That's just nasty. No, I ain't gonna let my damn son. Hell no. I don't cuss my kids out when I have kids, but you better put that though. You ain't wearing no underwear on your head. Who will put underwear on? Yeah, at the time, because they were trying to symbolize crisscross wearing the clothes backwards. But these crisscross, they put no underwear on their damn head. TLC had the condoms on. When Pebbles was in charge. Then well, what about your friends? Okay, I ain't too proud of bed, baby, baby, baby. I remember that era back in 1990. I was a teenager. Okay. Okay, if they had condoms on them, talking about safe sex. Okay, so I guess Christos with his nasty ass said, okay, y'all three gonna wear underwear on your head at the United Negro College Fund. You supposed to look presentable and dressed up and bougie at the United Negro College Fund. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. That's his little slogan. It sure was. It came to them three wearing on their head. So going back to Ray J, he said in the song Booty Fruity, and the way how he was, because this is what I said on my podcast, I'm trying to elaborate. It seemed to me that it was colorism if I do believe Christos was had sex with them boys. None of a dark chocolate like Ray J, okay? And yes, Brandy is not dark skin. She is caramel brown tone. She did get a little darker at doing more Eastern era, but she was caramel brown, lighter brown in Thea days when she was on Thea Vidal show, okay, back in 1993, 94. I'm forgetting on ABC, okay, before she started I Want to Be Down. You look at her video when she was 15, she did not look dark chocolate. When she was on a sit on top where she's the darker, okay? Yeah, I know she probably been in the California sun getting high precipitation and putting on sunscreen on, but she's not dark like her brother Ray J, okay? And I'm not saying that she had sex or anything with Christos, but we do know Wanye Morris, you know, from Boys to Men, ABC, BBD. Okay, he a broken hearted. Yes, he was singing a song with Brandy. We thought it was just singing a song. They were dating, and she was underage. Oops. Yes, Wanye Morris and Brandy were dating. See, the song "Boy Is Mine" is not about Brandy and Monica. It's actually about her arguing with a freak like me, Dina Howe. You know Dina Howe? I'll be a freak until the day, until, and we can run right any time of day. It's all good for me. Okay, see, I have a good memory. I don't forget that. Okay, so um, what's her name? She is, she is, she was arguing with Brandy, teenage Brandy, over one grown ass Wanye Morris. And Sonya Norwood let that happen. She wasn't protected over her. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. She was Raging was doing all type of gangster stuff, going out in the hood, acting a fool, okay, in the hood, shooting and stuff. This before allegedly we know that he was in that murder of Whitney Houston. So yeah, I said what I said. Now, Kaya, speaking of Ray J, Kaya was talking about Frankie, what's her name? Keisha called Mama. And she she said that Ray J give her the dope or Afro-Latino rapper. Yes, he is Afro-Latino, talking about OJ, OC Genesis. Little Coco, his family from Belize. Okay, and Otis Flores, that's his real name, that's Spanish last name. Yes, I'm in love with the Coco. Is Hispanic, he a dark skinned Afro Latino. Okay, family from Belize. He want Atlanta, Georgia, live in LA. Time in love with, when he was speaking that Spanish, you can tell he was Hispanic. Okay, a dark chocolate Hispanic. Anyway, either he gave her the cocaine crack to Frankie, Keisha Cole, Mama, or Ray J. I'll forget Kaya, you know, the rapper, my neck and my back. Okay, she has a podcast, The Queen's Court, when she was with T.S. Madison, and they stopped being friends, and she got her own the gag order. She did the gag order, and she was making fun of Keisha called Mama dead. And so that's Frankie, okay? So she said, she allegedly said that either Ray J gave her the drugs or OT Genesis or Senor OT Genesis gave her the drugs. I don't know. I'm just reporting news. I'm just reporting what I heard from Miss Kaya. You know, my neck, my back, lick my what and my what? Okay, her. That's, yeah, I mean, she had her own gag order, okay? Next caller, bitch. I mean, that song she came out with her T.S. Madison, and they started being friends after Monique came on the show. Okay, I don't forget, I've been on this UT street for a long time. Now, going back to that situation, okay, so Ray J, okay, he said when he was desperately, I guess he wanted to get involved in that mess. It's my opinion. And the way how he said it, because I guess Christo said, you too dark to be in my sex party, except for Diddy. Being messy, yes I am. That's when Ray J said, I'll make a song, expose y'all homosexual, Baphomet, satanic, sex party, orgies, and y'all underage with this nasty pedophile Christos. The niggas act fruity. They do each other in the booty. He said, underwear on their head. I don't forget, go listen to that song. Underwear on, I still laughing at that part because I remember at about 13 years old, 14, them three dudes, Marcus Houston, Batman, all of them were wearing underwear on their head at the United Negro College Fund. Why would you go to you? I still don't get that. Those are different subjects, y'all. But why would you wear underwear on your damn head at the United Negro College Fund? A war. It's like a little war show. Yeah, trying to telethon for the United Negro College Fund. This right after Jerry Lewis. I don't forget after New Year's. I don't forget that shit. I don't forget that. And my grandfather said, "What is up with these Negroes wearing underwear on their head?" My grandfather said, "What's up these Negroes wearing underwear on their head?" They went, yeah, and yeah, back in 1993, 94. I don't forget that shit. I will never lie to you. Okay, these they from. Okay, so let's get to the subject. Okay, so since so Black Skin Creole sister girl, Danger, aka Monica Leon, she was on Love Hip. No, not Love Hip Hop. She was on Love Ray J. She the bright skinned chick with a tattoo, the yellow bone chick with curly hair. She part Mexican Black Creole, and she was the one that was her name was Danger, and she looked demonic. But so even though she didn't win the love of Ray J, she still somehow was messing with Ray J. And she came on interviews in the past and said that Ray J and Young Buck were bisexual. Then later on we hear that Young Buck from G Unit was caught with a transgender. So and now Ray J is defending Diddy, knowing them Diddy parts include both men, women, and kids. It was a satanic Baphomet orgy they were doing. So Ray J, the alleged killer of Whitney Houston, besides rapper XL, is some zesty moment why he married. He still married to that part Asian, part black chick. Um, what's her name? Princess. Princess better stop being a princess to his man. I don't know why she married him. Okay, you married a murderer. Princess, you in danger, girl. Okay, like Whoopi Goldberg said by Miley. You in danger, girl. Remember that movie? What's that movie called? With Pat Swayze, Ghost. Okay, you danger. You married Whitney. You married Whitney Houston's murderer. We all know. We all believe. Cause I'ma tell the truth. See, truth set you free. We know if you follow Hollywood Street King and them older YouTube channels. We know that Ray J and Raphael XL, allegedly to be safe and legally, was the ones who killed Miss Whitney Elizabeth Houston Brown. Okay? And when what's her name said, Jaguar Rice said, Ray J opened the door for the drug dealer. The drug dealer is a part black Dutch nigga. I had to use the N word. He, and I ain't trying to be zero, he not from here. He's an immigrant, undocumented, from some black Dutch-speaking country down there in South America. They don't speak Spanish, they don't speak Portuguese or French. They speak Dutch. And he part black and Dutch, and he lived in the Netherlands, where it's legal to sell, to use marijuana and get prostitution thoughts. Okay, the prostitution is legal in the Netherlands, in Holland. You want to call it, okay? Weed is legal too. So he been deported back to the Netherlands, but them wealthy people, I suspect Clyde Davis, have been let this asshole come in this country illegal. And he was in the mess with he was so-called friends to Miss Whitney Houston. He was so-called friends to Michael Jackson and to Prince. He in all these three cases. I'm telling y'all, do y'all research on Raphael. He a scam damn artist. Okay, so my question is, President Trump, can you handle that situation? But yeah, we need to get Raphael XL out of here. First, he need to be tried for murder and scam and do all type of stuff, and then deported back to wherever, to Netherlands or the Dutch-speaking country down there in South America where have black people mix us Dutch and stuff. Yeah, he light brown skin with some straight hair, and he is a scam artist. He's undocumented. He's illegal in this country. He's not supposed to be here. He black and Dutch. He mixed with white, black, Dutch. Well, yeah, he the one killed Whit. He was with Ray J. He the drug dealer that Whitney Houston was so-called friends with. And when Jaguar Wright said that Ray J opened the door in the hotel, that was the drug dealer, was Raphael XL, that part black, Dutch, undocumented dude. Okay? In his Trump era, so I don't know why the hell he's still here, running around here hiding, because he killed with, him and Ray J killed Whitney Houston. We believe that, okay? We say allegedly because it has not been in courts, in prosecution, and Kamala Harris was in California. She was prosecuted. She didn't prosecute that case. We know when Houston was killed. She was killed. Ray J and Raphael XL was the two men who cleaned the hotel room before the popos came to the hotel room. We know that. Yes, we do. So Ray J, your ass be locked up. And I don't know why this, and I ain't trying to be anti-immigrant, because the killer, the drug dealer, he black and Dutch. That's Raphael XL. He not even from here. He deported many times when Obama was president. And yeah, but them wealthy people like Clyde Davis and Tom told about, yeah, them wealthy satanic Illuminati music industry elites let his dumb ass in this country, and he do all his scam and murder and satanic and drug dealing allegedly. Okay, thank you. Okay, so but that's why. So going back to why I brought this up, because ever since Danger exposed Ray J being bisexual and Young Buck being bisexual, now she is homeless and being anti-black. Now remember, she part black, American Creole, and Mexican. She mixed. And she saying that she don't like black folks. No, bitch. You hang with the wrong African American folks. You hang with Whitney Houston's alleged killer. Yeah, that's why he probably did with him and that thought bitch named Kim Kardashian put a spell on your bitch ass. And that's why you end up homeless. Because R. Kelly, his goon, they put a spell on my ass, and I end up homeless. And then you have someone that's close to Chris Stokes, I can mention his name, the stalker. I was evicted on his birthday, and Judge Garcia here in Houston, in Harris County, who no longer judge anymore, they put my eviction on this man's birthday. He has connections with the entertainment industry. And I do believe that my stalker is R. Kelly Goon. I do believe that. Because I got evicted 2 times, and they putting spells on people. So now I'm telling you, Ray J and probably old thought bitch, ugly ass Kim Kardashian and her mammy and all them other witches and warlocks in Hollywood put a spell on your ass, and you end up home. And now you blaming black folks. Bitch, you part black. You part African American and Mexican and Creole. You forgot that hoe. Bitch, why didn't you, and I'm mixing Hispanic to Louisiana Spanish, but why she didn't go to Telemundo and Univision? She went straight to Ray J and thought she became a star, and she started posting that gay shit way before Diddy case, and her ass ended up homeless, and now she anti-black. Bitch, you part black. But eres parte negra, okay? Thank you. I said in Spanish, she's part Mexicana, okay? Besides black, French, Creole. But she was thought, and she was a bitch, and she started hanging with that evil Ray J ass motherfucker, Brandon brother. I'm telling you, that man evil. You had Whitney Houston killed, and you slept with a satanic bitch named Kim Thot, ugly ass Kardashian for her mammy. And she became famous, and your bitch ass didn't. That's sad. Y'all hear me in my YouTube streets? Yeah, he thought by messing with Whitney Houston and Kim Kardashian gonna make him more famous than his sister Brandon. Nah, nigga. Your ass had to go to Love and Hip Hop Hollywood while Kim Thought Ho bitch satanic Baphomet ass became famous, and her family did too, and her mammy and her siblings became famous. And then after that, hold up, you slept with the bitch that stole your sister's card. Everybody should know that Kim Thought ugly ass Kardashian, her satanic bitch, she a satanic witchcraft and Baphomet and Illuminati and all that other shit. She stole Brandy's company card because she was Brandy's assistant, and then she slept with Ray J. Yes, and so now she stole your sister's card. You slept with her ass and thought it would make your ass famous. The spell backfired and made her famous. Shody, that sex tape was sent, was in her mammy, was behind it, was in that doggone her mammy, talking about Kris Jenner, was behind that doggone sex tape. She sure was. She sure was. I'm telling you about this Hollywood tea, y'all. This is Hollywood satanic Bachman tea. Now, Danger did not expose that shit. But she sure exposed about him being bisexual. And Young Bud being bisexual before Young Bud called it transgender. Yes, here on my YouTube stream, we exposing all this shit. Okay, so why I'm exposing all this shit? Why I'm exposing this stuff? Because I end up homeless, exposing the R. Kelly situation. Then I had a goon that I believe the stalker is a goon. Harassing. I'm not trying to talk about him because he's on my channel, and I'm trying to bring it. It's just, I'm just mentioning this as a summary of what I'm going through, right? So it's not the focus on this stalker, okay? He's on YouTube. But, okay, when you expose these satanic Baphomet sex trafficking, like, for example, Zachary King, the former Satanist, okay, who became a Catholic Christian, he was a Baptist, became a Satanist, satanic wizard, and then he became Catholic. He said that Chris Cornell from Soundgarden and Cheston Burton they did not commit suicide. They got killed because they exposed to sex trafficking in Hollywood. And I can vouch that because I ended up homeless talking about the R. Kelly situation as they put voodoo on my porch. Then I got homeless again when the stalker it was on his birthday when I got evicted. Okay? So yeah, when you talk about these sex trafficking cults in the elite, they do send goons, and that's what happened to Miss Danger from Love of Ray J. She ended up homeless, and she blamed African American when she part African American and Mexican Creole. Like, this girl is just stupid. But she did not know when she started messing with Ray J, that was a demonic ass motherfucker that's Brandy's brother. Okay? And that's why they know that Whitney Houston engaged with Brandy, and she was sitting with Monica and Clyde Davis. It's suspicious. Okay? So, baby, I'm telling the tea today. Yes, we're gonna talk about that. About Zeus being demonic, as well. Okay, so let's go back to the main subject of the video. Okay, Erica Mena. Okay, you know I'm mixed with Hispanic, Louisiana Spanish down my family tree. Okay, I don't like I don't hate anybody, but the anti-black ones in the gente, I don't like. Okay, so she's Puerto Rican, and other people say, oh, she's Puerto Rican Dominican. Mexicanos have black blood too. Okay, she's Puerto Rican Dominican, but she said anti-black stuff. I'm talking about Erica Mena when she was on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and now I'm seeing on Zeus Network, you have African American people on her show, because she go both ways, men and women, includes transgender. Two ways Erica Mena. Now, I don't see a bunch of Latinos, unless they are Hispanic and not expose it, okay? But it's a bunch of African people on her show, fighting on her show, trying to get her pussy. I'm gonna be nasty here. But the bitch calls, what's her name, the Jamaican sister, a blue monkey. And y'all on her show, then you have Prince, not Prince, a singer, that's Prince that's from Love and Hip Hop Miami, right? He put a perm on his head. He's Jamaican, right? the light brown skin, camera skin, but the one who hang with Trina's gay cousin, who yeah, Bobby likes. Okay, he's on the show after she called later. She said anti-black stuff. So okay, so I'm glad we're talking about this because I'm seeing the FBA, the financial Black American group, and all that, and Tariq Nasheed. Okay, so I'm gonna expose this right. Okay, I don't go by the one drop rule. I'm African American, French, Spanish, Creole. So there's Spanish Creole makes me part Hispanic from this side of the border. Okay, English, Irish, Scottish, Native American. That's my heritage, and I get this bashing, and I'm with bashing the anti-black Latinos. Not all Latinos, I'm talking about anti-black. But you know why they get supported? Because you have accuracy and people like this support this bitch. You don't see a bunch of Latinos on that show unless they are Hispanic and they throw it, okay? And you don't look to particular look, okay? But these are a bunch of accuracy people, and I'm assuming they're not all Caribbean. They're from ADOS, FBA descent here. And then on her show, both men and women trying to get to her cat, because her dating show is like Tea Tequila. See, she remember Tea Tequila? Tea Tequila did the same thing back in 2007. She was the first person to come on a dating show to have both men and women bisexually. Okay, Tia Tequila. And now Tia Tequila became a Nazi. You know she's Asian. She cannot become a Nazi. She sympathized with them. She became a so-called Christian, and she's anti-black. But years ago, Tia Tequila was a thought on MySpace, and she was rapping like she's a sister. Cause I followed Tia Tequila back when I was on MySpace, but I didn't talk to her. I just followed her because to get some clout. Cause she had all these celebrities and people, and I was trying to become famous back in 2006, and I was on MySpace, and I was trying to but I didn't see. I didn't know she was from Houston. Tia Tequila's from Houston. Yes, Tia Tequila when she was, cause she's from Asia, right? She Indonesian and Vietnamese, something like that. Okay, it's something like that. And she came here. She's an immigrant that came here to Houston. She was in the Southwest Side. She wanted to be black, and she wanted to be Mexican. Okay, and she joined a Chola gang in Southwest Side. A Latino Chola gang. She did. She was a gangster Chola, Asian Chola chick back in the day. She was a gangster bitch back in the day. Okay. And then later on, she escaped her parents, went up to New York. I guess she not paying her. What's the word? When you not only prostitute. What's the other word? When you beg someone to ride. Hitchhike to New York, and somehow she became this model on MySpace. And when she was blowing up in her heyday, she was trying to rap. She was rapping. Yes, she was. She was rapping. She was singing and rapping. Okay. Then VH1 decided to give her a dating show, and she was the first person to have both men and women. She admitted that she was bisexual. So it was like 2007. So now Erica Mena is doing the same thing on Zeus Network, and like I say, I don't see too many Latinos on that show. I see a bunch of accuracy people of every shade, especially who not too dark, who's on that show, both men and women, trying to go at her puss, her panocha, okay? So I had to be nasty. Why I'm seeing this? After this woman called people blue monkeys, said anti-black stuff on Twitter, just like Evan Lazada, the Puerto Rican chick, that and you want to know why they get, like George Lopez, he said some anti-black stuff too, but the reason why he's still relevant, because you have accuracy in people who, like Sherry Underwood was saying on the talk, that she rather date him. I don't forget, when he came out with that joke, two things: Latino family don't park in the front house, and don't be a black person. They date a black person, and a black skin woman in Phoenix, Arizona. Here we go, Phoenix. Got the same thing. We Phoenix down because somebody I know personally that's harassing me, but no, Phoenix, Arizona, also where Cat Williams did the same thing, some anti-Mexican stuff. Remember, Cat Williams did the same thing. He was heckling, and he was saying some anti-Mexican stuff too. But he's still relevant because you still have Hispanics support Cat Williams. I'm not lying. If I tell you that, and they'll say, "Nah, I don't care. It wasn't offensive towards me," that's what they'll tell you. Same thing with African people. It was the same thing when it came to George Lopez. So you had, what's her name, D.A. Hughley. That's why Monique cussed his bitch ass out. He supported him because he was on his tour when he did that shit, okay? And Sher Underwood said, yeah, he not racist. I don't date Sher Underwood. The dude said he would not bring a black person. You know, he admit having African Mexican roots. Afro Mexican roots. When the DNA test showed that, okay, you know what I'm saying? Mariah Carey was on the show. But I know why George Lopez was saying that shit. Because his mother, okay, he's the darkest one in his family. You know, Mexicans have black blood too, not just Spanish, they have African in them too. So his Spanish, indigenous, and African blood. He's the darkest one. She was scared that he might date an African American woman and the kids might come out darker than her. So she was trying to do Mejor Raza, trying to make sure. So he married a light skinned Cuban. Remember, he cheated on that Cuban woman. Sure did after she gave him his kidney. He ungrateful ass. And then they found later on he been gatekeeping other Latinos in the entertainment industry. Yes, he has. He's the sellout. He's the one making sure other Latinos do not become, and it does seem to be correct because guess what? He started bashing on Erica Estrada. Erica Estrada's not Mexican, he's Puerto Rican. He was on Chips, okay? And he claimed that back in the 70s, when he was younger, Erica Estrada was there, and George Lopez was trying to get an autograph because it was the first time seeing a brown person on TV. You know, he's Mexican, and Erica Estrada's Puerto Rican. And Erica Estrada was like, nah, I want to sign your autograph. I disrespected him. So he come on years later and start saying, fuck you, puto, you know, fuck that puto, Erica Estrada would not sign my autograph, blah, 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 blah. Well, hold up. I got some tea. Let me drop that gem. Eric Estrada came out and said that's not true. He said, I don't know what Eric, and he said that one time at his church, George Lopez showed up and he said, let's talk it out. And George Lopez was like being a punk. He was like scared. Then, it's just a show. So you went and lied to the world, Bendejo Lopez, and told everybody that Eric Estrada on Chips. He also educate people. Eric Estrada was on Dos Mujeres, Un Camino, that novella that Selena Quintanilla was in. Right, she was a guest on the novella back in '94. Okay, yes, Dos Mujeres, Un Camino. Well, Lord lay on, you know, Lord. That woman always get cheated on. Because el primo mayor, remember that other novella she played in 95? Okay, the man cheated on her too. So Erica Estrada cheated on those with his Camino and el primo mayor. She got cheated on. The novella got dog. Everybody's like a horse. Yeah. Anyway, Lord lay on. La Leon. So La Leon, she was on there back in, I don't forget them days, okay? I used to watch novellas too, back in the 90s. So, anyway, so Eric Estrada said straight up that it's not true. I don't know who he's talking about. I don't remember this George Lopez as a kid. So this is a lie. It's a pinche mentira. You know what I'm saying? So, then Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias. And I know a lot about him because he used to come to El Paso, Texas. I used to live in El Paso when I was in Job Corps. And he used to come to El Paso a lot. Yes. Chico's Tacos. Chico's Tacos is very famous. I love some Chico's Tacos too in El Paso, Texas. When I go back to El Paso, I'm going to give some Chico's Tacos. I love Chico's Tacos. I sure do. Anyway, Fluffy said the same thing, that George Lopez was no good. So you had two Latino men in the industry had warned people that George Lopez is not a good man. Then you had a young Latino man who came into the business trying to become famous, and George Lopez was gatekeeping him from becoming famous. Okay? But remember, this is the same dude that made that little joke. Don't bring a black person home, or don't bring a black person when he has Afro-Mexican in him, because Beanie, his grandmother, she was very light-skinned Chicana, and he was darker. And I guess she was afraid because they already, like I said, they have African blood too, besides indigenous Spaniard. Okay, and then in California, remember the last Mexican governor was Pio Pico. He had Afro-Mexican blood too. Okay, right. Okay, so in the founders will have the founders of Los Angeles were part black. One of was Afro-Mexican from Jalisco. That's one Gutierrez, how you say his name? Not Gutierrez. Catero. Yeah, Juan Catero. His granddaughter was Maria Rita Valdez, right? She was the founder of Beverly Hills. She was mulata. She was part Spaniard and African. She was mulata Mexicana. You know what I'm saying? Right. She wasn't mixed with indigenous. The other people who founded Los Angeles were also part was mestizo. So see, people don't talk about that history. Everybody forget that history. Okay. So George Lopez has African blood in him. You can tell. He don't look black, but you can see the admixture. And that grandmother of his, who was very racist and colorist, was afraid that her child might come out more moreno. You know, she probably had some, if you use the infest word, pietos as nietos. Okay, he was as grandchildren. She was scared of that because their bloodline already screwed up with sangre negra besides indígena and not pura española. Okay, so that's why he had this insecurity ass, because his insecurities come out. But he was also insecure to do other Latinos. And when he first came in the game, he started disrespecting Erica Estrada. And Erica Estrada is one of the good Latino actors since the 70s. And George Lopez had disrespected him for years. And Eric Estrada had said many times he confronted George Lopez, and George Lopez punked out. Now it's out behind the camera, not in front of the camera. Right, George Lopez will punk out and be scared, because one thing you're dealing with a homeboy, a Boricua from the Bronx, or from Spanish Harlem. And you know them Boricuas from Spanish Harlem, them old school veteranos, okay, like you have old school cholos in California, Mexico. You know, he wasn't a cholo because he's not Mexican, but he was a Puerto Rican version of one, and it's an old school veterano who way older to be your dad, will whoop your bitch ass and give you an ass whooping. That's why George Lopez punked his bitch ass out. Yeah, I said what I said. I said what I said. Yeah, fuck that puto. I said exactly what I said about George Lopez. Fuck that puto for saying that little joke in Phoenix, Arizona, talking about gonna be a black person because you have Afro Mexicana in you, okay? Besides indígena española, okay? And Asian, okay? That's what you are, okay? Wasn't for that sangre negra in your bloodline besides indígena española, your pendeja ass would not be here. And I said what I said, okay? So going back to Erica Mena. Erica Mena has African American people on her show. And she's not, she's Puerto Rican Dominican, but she said anti-black shit. And y'all have this bitch here on the show with a bunch of African people. No one can find her ass. Everybody is doing sexual things and fight over her. And you know they're doing some witchcraft stuff, some satanic stuff at Zeus Network. Just like Nancy Nunn. Nancy Nunn is part African American, Puerto Rican, and Brazilian. And she said anti-black stuff. When she was on Bad Girls Club, I never liked that Jay Leno looking bitch, okay? Because she's like Jay Leno by a chin. I never liked that hoe. I watched Bad Girls Club too, back in the 2000s. And first of all, the two girls in the house were not dark skinned. They're darker than her, but they're not no dark chocolate Viola Davis complete. They caramel brown. You start making racist stuff. They thought it was the white girls in the house. No, it was her part black ass, who's part African American, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, not Mexican, she's Puerto Rican, and Brazilian. Her bitch ass is making racist stuff in the house. That was Natalie Nunn, ugly ass. And she, I don't know. She said that the brothers chose her and dark skinned girls in school didn't like. No, bitch. If a brother fucked you, he just wanted some ass. That's all. I have to be nasty. And I don't like bitches like her. Nobody does not want to marry you. I feel sorry for, your husband was stupid for marrying you. He probably married you for your money. But you're ugly. Nobody will wake up in the morning and see some Jay Leno looking bitch. She look like Jay Leno. I'm not lying. A female version of Jay Leno. Back Tonight Show. This bitch is ugly. I don't care what your color is, bitch. You still ugly. I would choose a dark skinned, beautiful sister over her bitch ass. Because Natalie Nunn is ugly and she's satanic. And when she had them girls on Zeus Network, she said she made them pray to a fake god, aka that's a satanic demon, to do a bad god fight. This bitch is demonic. And she ugly. You know how many surgeries she had? She's still ugly. She's 40 years old. And she was ugly. She was ugly in her 20s when she was on Bad Girls Club. And she's still ugly. She's a pinche fea bitch to this day. I never liked that hoe. But people who's African American, include those who are darker than me, because I'm not dark skinned like West is nice, but I'm darker than Natty Nunn, okay? They have followed this bitch and put this bitch on a pedestal. Even though this bitch has said some anti-black and colorist bullshit. See, but now y'all complaining about her doing witchcraft and Satanism on Zeus Network. That's what you get, mess with the fucking devil, right? Yeah, she act like she was Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey fine, and Mariah Carey African American, Hispanic, Venezuelan, and Irish, and she's fine. She has a beautiful heart. She don't act like Natalie Nunn. Natalie Nunn is an ugly ass bitch. Yeah, thank you. Who would be jealous of if any dark skinned sister just something wrong with you, because Nat Nunn is ugly from the inside out. And if a brother did fuck her, then she fucked her just to have some ass that night and then leave it like it is, okay? He used to, right, he used to. Natty Nunn is ugly. That is and y'all wanna be on Bad Girls Betty but she put in witchcraft in it. When she told y'all to pray to a baddie god, that's satanic. She said, pray to the and she said, kick ass after the prayer. You know that was satanic. They won't put a spell on your ass. Y'all start fighting and pulling each other weave off, and extensions and nails off, and trying to fight. Yeah, and getting drunk and high and all that. Yeah, she put a spell on. She a witch. Yeah, the Natty Nunn is ugly. I never liked that woman. When she was on Bad Girls Club, I used to watch Bad Girls Club a lot. I was looking for a job, trying to get out my grandmother, toxic grandmother's house. I watched reality shows for therapy. Something to laugh at while I was going through some traumatic stuff with her. And I would watch Bad Girls Club. And when I saw Natalie Nunn, she said, oh, I am black, I'm Puerto Rican and Brazilian. And dark skinned chicks always hated on me in school. Then she started calling people black bitches and making monkey stuff. This she started being anti-black. It wasn't the white chicks in that house. It was her bitch ass. Okay? Yeah. Natty Nunn ugly. And y'all still follow that hoe and put her on a pedestal, even though she revealed herself being racist, satanic, evil. I don't know what it is with y'all, but y'all follow this bitch. And I'm gonna call her bitch because she deserve respect. She don't deserve respect from me at all. I don't give a damn. And how she did them two, Kendra and Portia. Those some fine camera skin sisters. They're camera brown, light brown skin. They weren't no dark. They weren't pale like near higher like her. And they weren't dark chocolate like like Bill Davis. But they were some brown camera fine sisters. Had a better attitude. I think Portia was the one that got kicked out. She was a drag Natalie, and she should. I actually, if I was a security guard, I would let her drag Natalie and beat her bitch ass out. Show these. Okay. Now the other chick, what was the other chick name? She was Albanian. She was Italian. She came from mafia. She was a mafia princess, and she tried to fight her. And I said, Natalie, you in danger, girl. That woman's a mafia princess. She from Albanian mafia. You'll get your ass dead. You better leave that woman alone. I wanted her to be the one. She's the openly bisexual one. She married a man later on because Tanisha was on at her wedding. Show was. I watched it on the Oxen channel. Back in the day, Natty Nunn should have got her ass. Perez Hilton. He's Cuban. The white passing Latino guy named Perez Hilton, the gay dude. He was the host on there. And Natty Nunn and them was arguing. Now, I forget watching the reunion of that. But I kept up with the reality TV. I showed it. I did keep up with reality TV shows. Though Baby, reality TV was a bit, baby. But Erica Mena, let me tell y'all, I don't get it that y'all still watch this bitch as she said some anti-black stuff. Yes, she has Afro Latin in her from Puerto Rico and Cuba. I mean, no, Puerto Rico in the Dominican Republic. Okay, from Republica Dominicana. Okay. However, since she don't look black, she has indigenous and Spanish in her too. She feel entitled because she don't look black, and those who do look black compared to her, beneath her. And when she called Spice a blue monkey, and I know what's about because Nicki Minaj, what's that man's name? I forgot his name. He's Jamaican, right? He's fake Jamaican. I forgot who was his. No, it wasn't Meek Mill. It was the other guy. I forgot his name. He married Erica Mena, right? Okay, all right. And supposedly Spice was on a side piece. Yeah, that was wrong for Spice being a side piece to I forgot the dude's name. Anyway, he for you to sit here and call someone blue monkey, you already had it. Then on her Twitter account, she had said anti-black shit before. So I don't see why y'all still follow her. That when I hear the FBA talking about Latinos not our friends because this Spanish person said some racist stuff, but do you realize the reason why it's still relevant is because African people still follow their assholes? Like George Lopez, like Erica Mena, and the rest. Like this is the truth. This is and Evan Lazada, her bitch ass too. Shawnee O'Neal, let her be on the show. So just like she said, get offended. Yeah, you offended, get offended. She felt entitled. Okay. No, and I know this in a personal level. I'm gonna talk about this too. I was a manager, a property manager for 3 days, a temp property manager in 2001, and the person under me in the hierarchy was Latino. He was not Mexican. He was Panamanian. People in the property and Metal Muse property, they kind of me on their Asher. I was 21 years old at the time. He was in his 30s. Who African saying they liked this guy. So he's married to an African woman, not a Hispanic woman. Okay, people think he's Mexican, but he's Panamanian. So they told me the property has to be clean. He was the maintenance guy. So I would go look for him around the property, and I was calling him on walkie-talkie. And so when we got to, remember, I'm 21 years old. They didn't train me to be a manager. Okay, this is my first time being a manager, private manager at a condominium. And so I wasn't using the word employee to belittle this guy. But when I said he was my employee, meaning because I'm on, hierarchy, I'm the supervisor, he said, "Nigga, I ain't your employee," and cussed me out and stuff. So I had to, yeah. So anyway, so when I hear, but the reason why I think he felt relevant to call me the N-word is back in 2001. I was 21 years old. Church, I want to punch the living crap out of his ugly, fat, bendejo ass booth away. Anyway, pinche pendejo. Yeah. So, do you realize that, right? This is 2001. He felt relevant because he had accuracy people on that property that was friends. That, like, when he be working, they invite him to eat some soul food. I mean, it's dark skin, but we'll come out to eat. Like he was family. But he felt entitled to call me the N-word. This back in 2001 in April, by the way. Doing Easter, after Easter, show was. I worked at 3 days as a temp. Okay? With Jizz Private Management. I forget that stupid company. Anyway, on Richmond Avenue what's it, in Gessner. Okay, so anyway, it was for staff force. Okay, I don't forget that I was 21 years old. So when I hear this, yeah, he had African people. And it's the same year that Jennifer Lopez said the word nigga in the I'm Real remix. Remember she got in trouble for saying I tell niggas why their business, they don't hear me though. Remember, okay, I don't forget the same damn year. Okay, so that's why I look at y'all and I don't talk to African people. Well, They can call us niggas. They not white. Um, well, they have black blood too. Well, they in the hood. They a person of color. They ain't mean it. They ain't say nigger. But hold on. Here's a catch to it. George Zimmerman called himself a nigger on MySpace before he killed Trayvon. His name was Tug Nig. His acquaintances and friends gave him that name. And years later, he shoots Trayvon. Mark, what do you have to say about that? Okay? Thank you. Okay? So, and since I found out I'm mixed with Hispanic roots down the family tree, Louisiana Spanish, I am open about talking trash about those in the Hispanic community who are anti-black. I am your nightmare. I'm Hispanic and African American at the same time, besides Irish, English, French, in name all other stuff in my background. Okay, I go by one drop rule. Okay, I go by what's on my family tree. I may not look like Hispanic, people come all colors, but I may not look like a stitch of Hispanic, but down my family tree, I have a drop of black Spanish Creole roots. Okay, so I'm Hispanic on this side of the border of the United States, because Louisiana is part of the United States. It was part of Spain and France at one period of time. However, okay, I will call your bitch ass out. I'm not one of those people, them fake brothers and sisters who let that shit slide. Anti-black shit come after me, I'll call your pendejo ass out. Okay, I don't play that shit. No, I don't. Okay. See, it's funny. I was called when I was at CRU, a fat pendejo who had been Mexicano, and his mother's from Veracruz, where the slaves came from. Okay. Give me the state. The Afro-Mexican slaves first came to Veracruz. If you know about your history, right? On Christmas, had the nerve to call me the N-word. And I went off. And I said, dude, I'm part Hispanic, Louisiana Spanish too. I'm not, excuse me, I know my hair. I said, you part black too, you have Afro-Mexican. I didn't call you the W word, SPIC word. Big dark skin. This is why I'm sorry to bash some of you dark skinned people. I'm not being colors. I'm Cameron. I'm not dark chocolate like West Night. I may ain't pale like Drake, but I'm not no dark chocolate either. Not West Night complexion. Some of y'all get on my nerve with this shit. This big dark skinned man try to defend who worked there. But then when they start calling y'all type of anti-black stuff, don't come down to my door talking about, oh, they're not our friends. Okay? This dude said the N-word, you should have got on his bitch ass. But no, you didn't. You got on my ass. And probably because I'm lighter than you, that's what it was. And identify as multiracial, and I'm not being your damn stereotype because you want me to be a thug nigga just like your bitch ass. Being with white man's nigga, being along with a stereotype. I'm my own fucking damn person. Get over it. Thank you. I'm not living for nobody else, living for my damn self. I got one life to live. You sit here and defend this month. Not defend talking about you didn't go in here because I have right to get angry. He called me out my name. And he said something offensive. But see, someone said the WICK word to him, and it was another Hispanic person working there, that wouldn't slide what they accuracy person saying it, right? See how double standard is? See, you check your own people. Because that's why I don't believe us African people should come together. I don't. Because you have coons who want to remain as coons, and you let that coon trash ass let stay on a fucking plantation. Your bitch ass will be free. See, back in slavery, you can trust the ones on the plantation, whether it be in the house or in on the field. Because they had master's mindset. They could be dark chocolate, brown, pale, high yellow, curly hair. They could be pure black or mixed, don't matter. If they were slave to master, they had his mindset. You don't intertwingle with the slaves that love being in master's mindset. You go on your ass to be free. That's right. Leave they bitch ass where they at. Because they'll go back and tell master and fuck your freedom up. You had a chance to be free and get fucked up, probably end up dead. See, that's why I don't believe us come together. The same win this shit is still going on to fucking today. I don't believe us coming hell to low. They want you talking about wanting trying to make segregation. Hell the fuck no. Yeah, we need segregation within our own community. The coons stay where they fucking at, and the ones who are not coons like myself stay on the other side. Thank you, because I love freedom. They like being enslaved niggas to white supremacy. I don't be entertained with those. So therefore, we do need separation within our own community, which I'm for that bullshit. Yes, I am. Because anytime fuck your freedom up, fuck your dream up, you don't hang with people who fuck your dream up. You hang with people who for your dream. Okay? So, that's why. Okay? And stop making us be collective and monolithic. We don't all have the same fucking mindset. But let's go back to what I'm saying about America Mena. You see a bunch of accuracy people on her show. Right after she said Blue Monkey. Okay? You see that? Do you see that shit? And Cheryl Underwood, I'm not being colorist. After this man, George Lopez, has some anti-black shit, you too dog to even go with Mr. George Lopez. I don't know why the hell you want to go with him so bad. He ain't that attractive anyway. That old booth ain't attractive anyway. What the fuck you want to go with? You should go with Eric Estrada or something like that, or some other Latin. Don't go with no damn ugly ass George Lopez. He just tell you some anti. I don't understand y'all look coon. I love when she arrow about some coon shit when she said on the talk. Well, I love George Lopez. I want to date him. Sister, you too dog to even go with him. Okay, he ain't want you in the family. Shoot, he could for his light skinned grandmother, a messing grandmother telling him not to date you because she don't want the kids to come out looking like you. Thank you, because he already got black blood in him. That's what he's scared. Okay, he wants to make her the rasta to look more close to white. So anyway, I don't know why. That's what I'm saying. But I saw the clip of Erica Mena in the trailer on YouTube. It's disgusting. She's sucking people in the ass. This is crazy. I'm gonna say the N word. A brother acting stupid, being a white man's dumb nigga, acting a fool, on the show trying to start a fight, buying into the old violent, dehumanized stereotype. Oh, it's a mission show. There's two ways, Eric, and y'all all trying to fight for her kitty cat, her Pinocha. What is wrong with y'all dumb asses? Yeah. And she probably doing that witchcraft and voodoo, saying this on your bitch ass to the fight on there. Like, what ain't that, Natty None on that Zeus Network. That's all I gotta say. I ran my damn mouth. I'm gonna upload this damn video on my YouTube so y'all can go ahead and enjoy yourself and laugh and kick and scream like a dead roach on the once it got sprayed with rage. Anyway, bye bye. Have a nice day.